Saturn enters the sign of Aquarius on 29th of April 2022. So this Saturn transit, how will it be for your moon sign, is something I will be discussing in this video. Hello friends, my name is Hardik and you're watching my YouTube channel on Vedic Astrology, AstroKeen. So let's start. So friends, Saturn enters the sign of Aquarius on 29th of April 2022. It remains in that sign till 12th July 2022. But after that, it goes back to Capricorn because it gets retrograde and again enters the sign of Aquarius on 18th of January 2023 and remains in the sign of Aquarius till 29th of March 2025. After that, it enters the sign of Pisces. So from 29th of April to 12th of July and then from 18th of January to 29th of March. That is the time period when Saturn is in its own sign. It is still in its own sign, but it is currently in Capricorn. From 29th of April, it will move to another own sign of its, the Mula Trikona sign of Saturn, which is Aquarius. Now, before we understand how this transit will be for each and every moon sign, and this video is going to be a long one, so let's first understand what exactly is Saturn. Now Saturn is a very important planet in your horoscope, right? One, because it is a very slow moving planet. So when you look into transit, it is in a sign for 2.5 years. Now that is a long period of time. So when it is in a sign of, if it is in one sign for 2.5 years, that sign or that result can, good or bad, you can experience it for a long time, right? So Saturn is about difficulty. Saturn is a tough taskmaster. Saturn is about sorrow and miseries, right? Saturn is about fear. Saturn is about the low caste, the low people who are at a low level, right? Saturn looks into their upliftment. Saturn is a hard taskmaster. Saturn is about discipline. Saturn is about patience. Now Saturn is also about longevity. Saturn is about death. Saturn is about servant. Saturn is about, as I said, diseases, long-term diseases, long ailments. So this is what Saturn is. So when you look at a Saturn transit, you will look at places where Saturn does well, right? The third house transit of Saturn, the 6th house transit of Saturn, the 11th house of transit of Saturn is considered to be very good, right? That transit is going to be very good, and we'll discuss each and every sign and see how this transit will be for you. But Saturn transit is extremely important. Whenever I look at transit, the two most important transit for me is Jupiter transit and Saturn transit. The third most important transit is Rahu and Ketu transit. And the reason for this is these are slow moving planet, right? The transit period of these planets are quite long in one particular sign. For Jupiter, it's around 1 year. For Saturn, it's 2.5 years. For Rahu and Ketu, it is around 1.5 years. So these planets are important. I do look into other transit also but other transits have a far lesser impact because they are fast moving, right? So the most important I give is to these 3-4 planets, right? Rahu and Ketu will be looked in one way, right? These are read at one go, and then there is Jupiter, and then there is Saturn transit. Now, how is Saturn in Aquarius? First, let's understand that, right? Aquarius is a sign where Saturn is very comfortable because it's the Mula Trikona sign of Saturn. Now it's Mula Trikona, Saturn is very comfortable. It unites people in that house. So when you as a native will be very friendly, you will unite people, you will be comfortable, you will understand people's problem, you will reduce your egos, you will manage your finances well, you'll get a lot of profits, lot of gains if Saturn is in your Aquarius sign, right? So Saturn transit is in Aquarius. Saturn transit, in a general term, if you look, is a good transit because Saturn is very comfortable in a sign like Aquarius. But how it will be depends on your moon sign. And whenever I look into transit, I look into the moon sign. That's the most important aspect of the transit. It's not that you should not look from ascendant. You definitely should look from ascendant. But your mind, as I said in my previous videos as well, your mind is the most important thing. If your mind is strong, you will get the results, right? It is like law of attraction. If your mind is strong and your Saturn is supporting your mind, then automatically you will be positive, you'll think positive, and hence the physical thing or the realistic thing will come easy to you. You will start, whatever your desires are, you will get that, right? So for me, the moon sign transit is far more important than ascendant. It is not that ascendant is not important. Ascendant is definitely important, but I give maximum weightage to moon sign, and here I'll be talking about moon sign transit. So now let's look into all these moon signs. We start with Aries and then we end with Pisces. So Saturn moving to Aquarius from 29th of April, the Saturn transit in Aquarius, how is it for the first moon sign, that is Aries, in the Kala Chakra chart? So if you're a native with Aries moon sign, then this transit is going to be very good for you, very fruitful for you, because it is your 11th house transit. As I said before, 3rd, 6th and 11th are considered to be very good. What will happen if you are Aries moon sign native and your Saturn is transiting over Aquarius? You will make a lot of friends. You will do well in your professional life. You will do well in your business. You'll be able to manage your finance very well. You'll be able to earn a lot of money. Your profits will increase. Your money will increase. You'll get a lot of gains. You'll be able to get a lot of helps from your friends and from people you know, right? From the society, from people around you. You will see that you'll get a lot of help from them. Even in the professional field, you will do very well. So this is why Saturn in 11th house for you will be very, very good for you. Your Jupiter is also in a comfortable position, at least for the next 6 months. And Saturn will also start giving you good results. So you have a good period ahead for you because of Jupiter and Saturn. At least from April to July, you will see great time period, great thing happening to you. And then again from January, you will see good thing happening to you as well. You will also get whatever you wish, and your desires will be fulfilled, right? So take full advantage of this 2.5 years, do good things, and you'll see great results. Now let's move to the second moon sign, which is Taurus. Now for Taurus moon sign people, your Saturn will move in the 10th house. Now what will happen, a Saturn transit on the 10th house, is it's not really difficult one, right? Saturn can create some kind of friction, some kind of disappointments in your work life. But if you're able to manage it well, and if you're keeping your expectations low, you will not see a lot of difficult things happening if Saturn is transiting over the 10th house. And why I'm saying this is because whenever I do study and I do research on astrology, I look into how it is happening to people around me. And whenever I have seen people around me, their 10th house transit hasn't been really devastating, right? It is not very bad. It's not that you lose your job. It is not that you will make a lot of losses. You will not get a job if you don't have a job. Nothing of that sort will happen. If you're able to keep low expectations, you will do well in a 10th house transit as well. Maintain good relationship with your colleagues, maintain good relationship with your managers or your subordinates, and you will see that this 2.5 period will give you reasonably good results, right? So this is about Taurus. Now let's look into the next moon sign, which is Gemini. For Gemini, Saturn is moving to your 9th house, right? So it's the 9th house transit for you. Now the good thing about this transit is you were facing a very difficult time period, right? You were going through the 8th house transit, which is considered to be very difficult. It's like a daya for you. So it kind of compress you, and it creates a lot of problem for you. So you're coming out of it, right? So the first and the best thing about this transit is that very, very difficult period of yours, 2.5 years, you are moving out of it, you're coming out of it. But is this a great transit? Definitely not. It will be difficult for you. It will continue to be difficult for you. But then Saturn is difficult in most signs, right? It's not exactly difficult. It's a tough taskmaster. It kind of guides you. If you do things correctly, it will support you. It will help you. Please remember, Saturn never denies anything. It may delay things for you, but it will always give whatever it promises in your chart. So make full use of it. Go for higher learnings. Go for long distance travel. Those things are possible for you. Maintain good relationship with your gurus, with your teachers, with your father. If you don't do that, then you'll face difficulties. Whenever you're traveling, have precautions. Think and then decide what you want to do, right? When you're going for higher studies, and if you're going for higher studies in this 2.5 years, then please understand what is, consult other people, consult your seniors, and then choose the line where you want to go for your higher studies. You have come out of the difficult phase. Things will only start to improve from here on, right? So this is why this is a okay transit for you. Now let's look into the next moon sign, which is Cancer. Now for Cancer moon sign people, Saturn is transiting over your 8th house. Now this kind of gets difficult, right? 8th house transit is not an easy one. You will have anxiety issue, you will have fear issue, you will be there may be chances of getting depressed, and the depression can only increase if you're already person who gets vulnerable. The anxiety may increase. So do meditation. Do keep a low life. Don't have very high expectation. Keep on doing hard work. Please understand, if you do hard work, if you help poor people, if you support poor people, you will always get help from this planet. So try and help poor people, support poor people, do meditations, do spiritual stuffs, and you will see that even if you are going through difficult times, you will get some kind of help from Saturn, and you will see that you'll kind of slowly but gradually you will overcome those difficulties, right? Of course, your Jupiter, how that is, and how your Mahadasha and Antardasha is, those things are important to understand. Jupiter after 4-5 months will move to your 9th house, so that will give you some kind of relief. But best thing and the best suggestion I can give you is do meditation, help poor people, be friendly with everybody, and don't have very, very high expectations, right? Now let's move to the next moon sign. Now the next moon sign is that of Leo. For Leo moon sign people, Saturn is in your 7th house now from 29th of April when it goes to Aquarius. Now, what will happen when it goes to the 7th house? One, you have to be very, very careful about your relationship with your partner, whether it's a business partner or your partner in personal life. There can be friction. There can be some difficulties that may occur. So you need to support, you need to accommodate, you need to be friendly with them, you need to adjust with them. If you can do that, then you will see that you are getting good results out of it. Okay, so very important that if you're in a business, be good to your partners. If you have a relationship, whether it's your spouse or whether it's your any kind of partnership, you need to be good to your partner, right? Whatever the partnership may be, you need to be good to your partner, whether it is business or whether it is personal partnership. What I have seen with the 7th house transit is that there is a lot of friction with your partner. There can be cases of divorce also, which I've seen when Saturn goes through 7th house. Not in every case, only if it is very, very badly afflicted. And you're also going through Mahadashas and Antardashas, which are very vulnerable as well. Only then there is a possibility. But frictions can be common, so be careful of those things. Now let's look into the next moon sign. Now the next moon sign is Virgo. For Virgo moon sign people, Saturn is going to transit over your 6th house. Fantastic transit for you. You need to take full advantage of the transit. You can win over your enemies. If there are cases in if there are cases related to litigations, you will see that you'll win those cases. You can win. If you have health issues, you will see those getting better as well. So and if you take care of poor people, and if you're helping your poor people, you'll get lot of monetary benefits as well. You will get a lot of support from your company, from your organization, from your business as well. So very, very good transit for you. Be good to poor people. Help animals if you have, and be friendly with the lower caste of the people, the lower sect of the people. If you are able to do that, for sure you will have a great time. You'll have a great time. And anything that is going around diseases or cases, or if you have enemies, you will see that you'll start to win over those things. You will see that your diseases are going to reduce. I've seen that in many cases. And if again Mahadashas and Antardashas are supporting you, then it only will help you further, right? So now let's look into the next moon sign. The next moon sign is that of Libra. Now for Libra moon sign people, Saturn is transiting over your 5th house. Now what will happen is that your relationship with your children may get hampered, right? There can be some mental issues, right? When it comes to children, you may not be able to handle them well. They may be creating some kind of pressure for you. You may get some kind of difficulties, or you may feel bad because of your children, because of their doings, right? So you need to guide them well. You need to be supportive of them. You need to be friendly with them. And if you're able to do that, then this transit will not be very difficult for you. Try and do some kind of creativity thing. That may help you, but then don't get carried away. If you are into creative field, you will have some kind of setbacks. So take it slowly, but work on your skills. Again, as I said before, hard work is the key here. Saturn loves people who are really putting in that effort. So please look into that thing. Now let's move into the next moon sign. Now the next moon sign is that of Scorpio. For Scorpio people, Saturn is transiting over your 4th house. Now what happens when Saturn transit over your 4th house is considered to be difficult. Now the transit which are really considered to be very difficult is 1st house, 4th house and 8th house. So for Scorpio people, it is going to be a difficult transit, and I'll tell you the reason why it'll be a difficult transit. It'll be a difficult transit because your relationship with your mother may get hampered. You may go away from your homeland. You may get projects which are outside your native places, outside your country, and you may not like that. It'll be in a difficult place. If you have vehicles and assets, your vehicle may face some breakdowns and all those things. So be careful of those things. Have good relationship with your mother. Your frictions with mother may create problem for you. So be good to your mother. Be good to anybody who's elder to you, who's motherly to you. So be good to them. And your peace of mind may get hampered. You may have, again, like the 8th house, you may have fear, anxiety issue, mood swings. So be careful of that. Do meditations. Go into the spiritual path if you're interested in that path. And be calm. Try and be calm. It's easier said than done, but you still need to follow somebody. You need to understand some videos how to remain calm, because you will face some of the other kind of difficulties. Of course, if your Mahadasha and Antardashas are good, then that will support you definitely. Now let's move into the next moon sign. We have covered Scorpio. Now the next moon sign is Sagittarius. Now for Sagittarius moon sign, this is going to be a fantastic transit because it's the 3rd house transit. Your siblings will support you. You may do very well in things related to hand. If you're into business, you will do well in business. You will do well in your professional life. If you start writing, or you're in the field of computers, you will see a lot of money coming from there, right? And if you're doing hard work, right, then you will do well. You will also be very courageous. You'll be able to take bold decisions in this 2.5 year time frame, and you will see that some of these results will be very, very good for you. So take full advantage of this 2.5 years. You have gone through a difficult time. You have gone through the Sadesati time period. So in a way, it's good for you now is the time to prosper. Now is the time to get the result. If you have done a lot of hard work in the Sadesati and you have not got result, this is the time where you will get the results. Now let's move to the next moon sign, which is Capricorn. Now for Capricorn moon sign people, again, the good thing is that the first house transit is over. Your Sadesati will now be in its end phase, which is the last 2.5 years. So that's a good sign. No more you are in the first house transit, which is considered to be really difficult. So things will start to fall in place. It will take some time. It may take another year. It may take another 1.5 year. It may take another 2 years. But toward the end of 2023-24, you will see things start to fall in place. And you know, I have seen whenever it's the very, very last phase of the Sadesati, Saturn gives you a lot of things because it has taken away a lot of things from you, right? So please wait for that time period. Keep on doing your hard work, maintain good relationship with people, maintain good relationship with your family members, and keep on doing well. And this must have been a great teacher for you, right? The last 5 years must have taught you a lot of things, must have made you a better person. I see Sadesati in a very different way. I see Sadesati to be a great teacher. It teaches you a lot of good things. It teaches you how to be humble, how to have patience, how to work hard or work smartly. So please, now you will start to see things getting better. Keep on doing what you have learned in these 5 years. You must have been an improved man or a woman now. So really, really keep on working hard, and you'll see things will fall in place. Things will start to fall in place from now on, right? But the first 1.5 years, it will still be difficult. Not as difficult as the last transit, but you will still have hurdles. You'll still face hurdles. But after 1.5-2 years, you will see things getting better. Now let's look into the next moon sign, which is Aquarius. Now for Aquarius moon sign people, this is going to be a tough time, right? You have to be very, very cautious of this transit. Now, first thing what you need to do is you need to take care of your health. There can be issues related to your health. Second, you need to be very, very humble. You need to be down to earth. You cannot be adamant if you're an adamant person. You cannot have a lot of ego if you're an egoistic person. Your confidence will get hampered. So try and work on your confidence. Go to the spiritual path, as I said, because if you go the spiritual path, it will support you. You may have anxiety. You may have issues related to to your mental state, right? You may have disturbances in your mind. So work toward that. Work in some way so that you're able to manage your mind. And please keep a low key. Do not fight with people. Do not have frictions with people. Be good to people as much as you can. Help poor people. And then you will see that you are able to come out of it. You'll see some kind of good results. Now what happens in first house is that because your moon is there and then Saturn is coming, first house is about you, right? First house is about your soul, your confidence, your aura. It's all about me. So you need to really take care of yours, health, your mental conditions, your body, your confidence, your nature. You need to really work hard in these 2.5 years. And if you are able to keep low-key, not very high expectation and still work hard, then you'll do well. It's like that saying which says that karm kar phal ki ichha mat kar, right? So if you do that, then you will see you will, you do well. Now karm kar phal ki ichha mat kar is keep on working hard and don't expect for results. It will automatically come. So that's what the first house transit for you is. Now let's look at the last moon sign or the last sign in the Kala Chakra chart, that is Pisces. Now for Pisces moon sign people, your Sadesati will start now. You have gone through a fantastic 2.5 years because you were going through the 11th house transit. Now is a tougher time for you. You will have to take full advantage of what you have got in this 2.5 years. Yeah, what you have achieved in this 2.5 years. Now, it cannot always be up, right? Life is a balance game. So there has to be a fall. Again, you'll rise, and then again there'll be fall. So this is the time period where you have to be cautious. You have to be patient. You have to have a lot of patience. You have to have, you need to do a lot of hard work. You need to be good to people. Now, because this is not about this 2.5 years, it's about the 7.5 years. It is about after this 2.5 year, things are only going to get slightly more difficult, right, for the next 2.5 years. Depends on Mahadashas and Antardashas and your other planet transit, of course, but I'm just talking from a Saturn transit point of view. You have to build patience. You need to do meditations. You have to go the spiritual path. You need to do a lot of hard work. You need to think well. You have to, whenever you're taking a decision, you have to think a lot. All right. If you do all those things, then you will get a lot of help from other planets, even from Saturn, in this 7.5 period, which is your starting of Sadesati. Sadesati is not always bad. Sadesati gives a lot of learning, helps you in a lot of ways. You can learn a lot of things. You will come out as a better person. Sadesati is not something you should always be fearful about. So work hard, have patience, develop patience, and then you will see that things will be not as bad as you are, because people really get scared, right? Ki Sadesati has come, now my life will be very, very difficult. No, it won't be. If you're able to do things rightly, and there are other planets, right? Saturn is not the only planet. Saturn cannot dictate everything. There are other planets to support you as well. There are Mahadashas, there are Antardashas, there's a Jupiter transit, there's a Rahu and Ketu transit, there are Mars transit and Mercury transit and other planets transit as well. So you need to see in totality how it looks like, right? For every sign, even if you're a Aries moon sign person, it doesn't mean that 2.5 years will be fantastic for you. If you're going through some other planet transit which are difficult, then you will get that effect for sure, because Saturn is not everything. It is only a part of your horoscope. Important one for sure, but then other planets are also equally important, right? So this is exactly what this transit is going to be. If you have any questions, please do mention in the comment box. If you have any feedback to give me, if you have anything to share with me, please do mention in the comment box. Whenever I get time, I'll reply to those things. Thank you for watching such a long video. Really appreciate. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it. Please share my video if you have liked it. If you subscribe to my video, I'll get a lot of encouragement. Thank you for watching my video. Take care and bye-bye.